Easy way for PMMs today to win internal rapport are internal marketing moments. Email recaps being one of them. Easiest way to win that rapport is with an AI assistant because I'm hashtag AI powered. In this video, we're going to cover three things. One, how to build a standard operating procedure so you have your own AI assistant writing email recaps for you. What are the three tools you need to implement that? And three, what this would look like in a live walkthrough. Because let's be honest here. When you are a solo PMM, back-to-back meetings, the last thing that you want to do is write an email recap. I've been using GPT Pro, and one of the three tools we're going to talk about today. And this is a prompt I created a while back of writing email recaps. I've really loved the output so far, but don't really like the idea of having this window open all the time. So I went ahead and had a dialogue with GPT of saying, hey, I've really liked this. I want to create an AI assistant. This is the goal, why I want to build it. Here's the criteria within the goal to consider when writing that email recap. Review the prior instructions I have given you. This AI assistant will be built within Claude, another GPT model. I use GPT and AI interchangeably within Anthropic. Really quick, I gave a high level of how I structure prompts. There's a lot of good examples online, but how I like to do it is in 5 components. It's the task, number 1, 2, the goal, 3, the requirements that we want AI to really lean on, 4, context, giving it great examples, and 5, reverse prompting. There are other examples out there from what I've seen so far, very similar method. If you can hit those 5 buckets, this will really improve how you write your prompts. Pivoting over to when I've done that, here are the questions that it provided over to me. Then given the guidance. Here is the standard operating procedure. So why use a standard operating procedure? This is a really good foundation if you ever decide to scale this operation. Let's say that you want to start working solo and you're growing so fast that you might hire a virtual assistant. Having a standard operating procedure gives the clear step-by-step of how to replicate this work. And this is a really good way to train any AI assistant, not only on email. There are other workflows that you might consider. But as I scroll through here, this is what the instructions, these are the step-by-step of what I needed to do. I did ask it to provide me the previous 5 to 7 email recaps we've done from previous work. I highly recommend this. If you don't have this living within your LLM of choice, pull up previous email examples that you are really proud of, that you want to train the AI on. Once we've done that, we pivot over to Claude. Why I really like Claude for project research in itself, and when I say projects are a function of the prompts we put in. It will build out the output without us rewriting the prompt over and over again. It's built upon the SOP that you saw here earlier, the project knowledge space. This is a similar component as available in GPT today, but what I like about with Claude is that it seems more organized. So what you're looking at are all of the examples that I've provided it, in addition to the standard operating procedure. This is what I'm training you on. Once I've implemented the knowledge base of what is the information that you need to know, your AI assistant is ready to go. Let's imagine that I just want to test it out, and I just say, hey, are you ready to go? And what it's going to do next, it's going to list out and say, yeah, Zach, I'm ready to go. I can write this for you, give me the meeting transcript to work with, and then we'll start from there. Okay, so I'm going to go over to a previous meeting that I had with my good friend Earl. And Earl might be seeing this video. Shout out Earl. And I'm going to export our meeting transcript, and I'm going to copy and paste it into the GPT prompt. Here is the meeting transcript. I could have just put the transcript itself, but I don't know. I'm formal. Once I do that, it's going to kick off the workflow. And one check I put in there is that prioritize for clarity or completeness. Clarity being if it's just like a one-on-one conversation, if both individuals are clear on the context, it's concise to the point. But let's say that this email may be shared with other stakeholders who are not involved in the meeting, where that context might be necessary, then completeness might be a more preferred approach. Assuming now, knowing that it was just Earl and I that has spoken this conversation, I'm going to go for clarity. And then when I do that, based off the instructions I gave it, it's going to now write out the email. And something that in the past that maybe like when I was in like an in-house PM writing recap emails like this might have taken me like 20, 30 minutes after the meeting. Now, what we have done here so far is that we built out a standard operating procedure. We have an AI assistant that's transcribing these meetings for us. And 3, we built out another AI assistant that will write these emails for us. So delivering the same results that helps us build that rapport as PMMs while giving us more time and flexibility in our day-to-day. Because who wants to be stuck behind a computer writing back-to-back emails? But knowing also it's so critical in our work as product marketers today. The last thing I want to add here is that there are opportunities to fine-tune it. So if you see something in here where you're like, I want to change the title, treat your AI assistant as like a second employee, especially when you work solo and you may not have the budget to bring in a full-time hire. This AI assistant I built right here is $20 a month. And I'm like, who could argue with that? You take this email, you just copy and paste it, send it out, and you're good to go. So what we have covered here so far is that we walked through on how to build a standard operating procedure, which will be available to all of you within the notes itself. Second, we spoke about the importance of the AI note taker. I use Otter, but for anyone else that may not have an AI note taker, Apple Notes, you can record any tool that enables transcription. That is going to be really powerful right here. Fun fact, if you use Loom AI to give meeting recaps, async meetings, that's another great way of using it. And then lastly, I showed you how to build out the project, like your AI assistant within Claude. Kieran Flanagan has a really great video on this, on how he used this for building out his AI executive assistant. This is what prompted and inspired this video. This is a really cool space to play in that we can learn from each other, help each other grow, and more importantly, actually be smart with AI without calling ourselves AI powered. Have a good day.